Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Electromagnetic field theory. So, in the previous lecture, we have discussed Ampere's circuital law and its application on the coaxial cable. So, now on the basis of these topics, we will discuss few numericals. Okay, so let's start with drill 8.3. So, express H in rectangular coordinate system. We have to find the magnetic field intensity H in rectangular coordinate system at a point. Point of observation is 0.01 comma 0 comma 0 means the y value is 0, x value is 0. So the point of observation is somewhere on the x-axis line. Okay, and this point of observation is actually in the field of two conductor filament, and the current is flowing in both of these two conductor is 0.08 ampere. Okay, 0.08 ampere. Okay, the one is in the direction of az and the other is in the direction of minus az. Okay, and x value is this 0.015 and y value is 0. Okay, so the first filament is located at this and the second filament is located at this, while the point of observation is at 0.01 comma 0 comma 0. This is the first part. Now the second part is the application of the coaxial cable. We have the a, b and c values. As I have already mentioned in the previous lecture, that a is the radius of the inner conductor, b is the radius of the inner surface for the outer conductor, and c is the radius for the outer surface of the outer conductor. And the current flowing through each of these conductor, inner and outer, is 0.8 ampere, and the conductor is centered at zx on z-axis. So for this coaxial cable we have to find h as well, while the point of observation is the same, that is 0.01. So uh, it means if we convert this point of observation into millimeters, we will get 10 value, 1 2 3 10 value. Okay, so it means the point of observation is 10 mm. So we have discussed four cases in the previous lecture for the coaxial cable. The one was in which R, okay, let me change the color, in which the row was in between A and B. If you remember, the other was, and in this case the row is uh, greater than C. The third one was row is less than A, and the fourth one was row is in between B and C. So you have to check that now this point of observation, which is equal to 10 mm, will lie will apply on which of these cases. So the A is 3, so rho is greater than A. Okay, so and this is also greater than B, so this is not the case. Okay, the C is 12 while the point of observation is 10, so this is also not the case. A is 3 and this is 12, this is also not the case. So we are left with this case, and uh, it fulfill this condition, that in this case the row is in between B and C. What is the value of B? B is 9 mm. We will have row of 10, while C is how much? 12. Okay, so we will directly use the equation for this case. Okay, case number 4. So let's start the solution. This is the filament 1 lying at the 0, and the filament 2 is lying at the x-axis at a location of 0.015. Okay, comma 0 comma 0. So point of observation is also at the x-axis 0.01 comma 0 comma 0. So now as we know that for an infinite length of the conductor, h is equal to, we have already defined this relation, so directly we will use this. So uh, consider conductor number 1 first. Then we will consider the conductor number 2, and then we will combine these two. Okay, so for conductor number 1, which is located at origin. Okay, so x is equal to h1 is equal to 0.08 over 2 pi 0.01. Okay, from 0 to origin to point of observation, this length is 0.01, so that is why we have put 0.01 over here. Now so h1 is equal to this in the spherical coordinate system. So at the end we will consider we will convert it into the rectangular coordinate system, because we are demanded the rectangular coordinate system for the h. Okay, so now consider conductor number 2, which is located somewhere here. So h is equal to 0.08 divided by, according to this relation, current 0.08 divided by 2 pi. Okay, now the distance from the conductor location and the point of observation. So this is 0.015, this is 0.01. So we will subtract 0.015 minus 0.01. So we will get h2 is equal to 2.54 again in cylindrical coordinate system in the direction of a phi. Now adding these two equations, h is equal to h1 plus h2. Okay, so by adding these two, we will get 3.81 in the direction of a phi. Now this is in this cylindrical coordinate system, so we will transform it in the rectangular coordinate system. So this is the transformation method. We have already used this transformation method many times in the previous lecture. So hx, hy, hz is equal to this. Okay, h the rho component of the h, phi component of the h, z component of the h. As we can see that the h is only in the direction of a rho, so a phi, so a rho a and a z, h rho and h z will be equal to 0. Okay, now we are in need of phi. Okay, so phi is equal to tangent inverse y by x, as y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0.01, so we will get 0. Okay, so hx, hy, hz. So the h phi component is 3.81. By multiplication of the matrix rules, we will get hx is equal to 0, hy is equal to 3.81, and hz is again 0. So h is equal to 3.81 in the direction of ay, and by this way we have transformed the h from the cylindrical coordinate system to the rectangular coordinate system. Okay, now the second portion of the coaxial cable is the coaxial cable. So as I have already told you that this is the case 4, means in which phi is in between B and C, because B is how much, 9 mm, and C is 12 mm, while rho is 10 mm. Okay, this is 10 mm. Okay, so h is equal to I. We will use directly this relation. No need to derive it again. So h is equal to I over 2 pi rho c square minus rho square divided by c square minus b square. Okay, putting the values of c, rho is 10, c is 12, b is 9 mm, so I is 0.8, the rho is again 10 mm, so we will get h is equal to 8.89. Again we have to transform this into rectangular coordinate system by this procedure. So we have skipped this procedure and directly write the answer, but we have to find the 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 answer by following this procedure. Okay, so ultimately you will get h in rectangular coordinate system. Okay, so now curl, we have already discussed it in the midterm course. Curl is actually the cross product of this divergence and the a vector. Okay, so now this is the case of the cross product. So this is the relation for the curl of a vector in In rectangular coordinate system, this is the relation for the curl of a vector in cylindrical coordinate system, and this is the equation for the curl of a vector in spherical coordinate system. Okay, so now drill 8.4, we have to find h dot dl according to Ampere circuital law. the the enclosed the differential enclosed of the closed integral of h dot dl is equal to I enclosed. So we have to find this portion. Okay, now the current the path of this closed path is given here in the rectangular shape. So the corners of this rectangular are located at 5 comma 4 comma 1, p2 5 comma 6 comma 1, p3 0 comma 6 comma 1, p4 0 comma 4 comma 1. Okay, so this is path C1, C2, C3, and C4. So let's start with the path C1. Okay, you have to uh, keep an eye on these values, that which values are changing and which are constant. Okay, so those values which are changing, we will call it a variable. So in for the case of C1, you can see that x is equal to 5, x is equal to 5, so x is fixed, y is 4, and y is 6, so y is changing, y is a variable, z is equal to 1, z is equal to 1 means z is fixed. So now in this case x and z are fixed while y is a variable. So according to, okay, now h is also given, this is also given, h is equal to 0.1 y cube ax plus 0.4 x az. So as x value is fixed, so directly put the x value over here, x is 5. Okay, so this is the 5. Okay, replacing x over here, 0.4 plus don't no need to replace the value because of the y, because y is variable. So we have to apply the integration for the y values ranging from 4 to 6, means the minimum value is 4, the maximum value is 6, means final minus initial. Okay, final minus final value is 6, and initial value is 4. So now applying h dot dl, so because h, we have to find h dot dl. Okay, so h dot dl is equal to this is the relation we have derived previous in the previous slide, this one. Okay, so putting the values, uh, okay, now the dot product. Okay, so the dot product of ax and ay is 0, while the dot product of az and ay is again 0. So no need to apply the integration, because the by the dot product we get the answer is equal to 0. So the h dot dl for the path C1 is equal to 0. Now path C2. So now we will have a look on the figure again. X is varying, that is 5 0, y is fixed 6 6, z is fixed 1 1. Okay, so uh, those values which are fixed, so directly substitute it, and those which are varying, so for that purpose we have to apply the integration. Now in this case h is varying, so we will apply the integration for the x value with respect to x. So you can see that the final value is 0, the initial value is 5, so final minus initial 0 minus 5, so we will get minus answer because of this minus, and the y value is fixed, so directly substitute y, that is equal to 6q. Okay, 6. Now for the path C, again we can see that by the dot product we will get 0. Okay, ax dot ay 0, az dot ay 0. Okay, so path C4. Okay, so now again you can see that the x is varying. Okay, so we will replace the y value as 4. Okay, y is 4. that is fixed. And the x is how much? X is varying, so we will apply the integration. Okay, so by after the integration, we will get this for the path C4. Now adding all these three or these four values for the path C1, C2, C3, and C4. So we will get, as you know, that this was 0, and the answer for this was 1 minus 108, and this was again 0, and for this we will have h dot d is equal to 32. So after adding, we will get minus 76 ampere. Okay, so that was all about the two examples that was actually the numerical based on the ampere circuital law we have discussed in the previous lecture. So thank you.